Hey, what is up? What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hopefully everybody has had a good week so far. It's been pretty good here. Seasons are changing. Very nice. It was 90 today. Gonna wake up tomorrow. It's gonna be 50. So I'm very excited, very happy. It's gonna be fantastic for everything. Doing rant and rides, everything's going to make it so nice. It's not going to be miserable and hot and muggy. So it's going to be fantastic. Not only that, next week I get to take off. Going to do a little bit of riding with East Texas ADV. So it's going to be real cool. I'll definitely be shooting some video and having some stuff. Be doing a podcast while I'm out on the road and bringing it back to you guys. Anyway, dual sport tires. Man, I tell you what, there are so many of them out there. And what's a good one? What's a bad one? More expensive is better. There's so many different manufacturers, and you can go anywhere and get information on a tire, and everybody's tire is going to be the best. They're going to tell you, you need this tire or else. You need this tire or else. And tires, what I've learned over the years, is more expensive is not better. I don't care what anyone says. It's not better. And the other kicker is what a lot of people fail to give on the information side is, what is the tire really good for? You know, and do they give any input of good places to go buy them? And why is it better for the price? That's my thing. So I'm not going to say that my tires are the best. I'm just going to say these are tires that I've ran, and these are tires that I have used, and I've had good success and I've had bad success. I mean, in tires sometimes can be a crapshoot. It's never a guarantee. It's never 100%. And it really depends where you're going and what you're going to be doing dictates what kind of tire you really honestly should be buying. So I think that's the very first thing that needs to be brought into the light is, what type of riding are you going to be doing? And not only that, when are you going to be riding? That is huge. I don't care what anybody says. It's huge. I get it all the time. And, you know, I'm not going to get into the trailering of bikes, but, you know, you catch it all the time. I would never trailer my bike. Here's the deal. Guys that trailer their bikes, I get it. I totally get it. I don't think it's, you know, the cardinal sin to do that. And the reason that they're trailering their bikes 90% of the times, or hauling in the back of a pickup truck, tires. And if you can't figure that out, then you need to be hitting the head with a tack hammer. I'm sorry, not hitting the hammer, hitting the head with a tack hammer, because it's not rocket science to figure this stuff out on what these guys are doing. They are probably using a fairly aggressive tire that has a short lifespan, and they want to maximize that tire for their trip that they're doing. So I totally 100% get it. And not only that, I do the exact same thing for that reason. So, more expensive is a better tire, right? No, that is not right. More expensive doesn't make a better tire. And I'm going to throw out a couple of manufacturers, and there's going to be one that I'm sure I'm going to catch some pretty good flack on. And guys are going to say, man, that thing's garbage. It's a piece of crap. It's not worth it. I wouldn't put that on my son's bicycle. I wouldn't this, or this. Well, here's the deal. I've got tens of thousands of miles on that manufacturer's tire. Never have I had a problem. Never. So I have no reason to give it a thumbs down or a negative comment or anything like that, because it's never failed me. And not only that, I've got amazing miles out of it. 4,000 to 6,000 to be quite exact. And I'm going to name the two motorcycles that I put them on. And one weighed 550 pounds, and I still got almost 5,000 miles on it. So do the math on that. Loaded on a trip. So, but more expensive. Better? Can be. I will say that can be. There are some great tires that are out there that are not cheap, and they are really, really, really good. But remember, doesn't make it better. It just means that you paid more money and you got a good tire. I think that the success rate, if you're balancing it out on a more expensive tire, sometimes you may have a little bit better success because, they're molds and they're being built and you could have a good day, bad day. So, but it's like anything else. So you get a bike built on a Friday versus a bike built on a Tuesday. Friday, guys are ready to go home and drink beer. Tuesday, they got the rest of the week. So, same thing with tires. It doesn't matter what you buy. Now, more expensive. Let's throw out some expensive tires that are good, or are they good? You tell me. And if you've had any success with these tires, and these are some of the hottest tires that are out there, and a lot of guys use these tires on their bikes. Now, all different from KLR 650s, DR 650s, KTM 690s like myself, DR 400s, the BMW, the 800s, the 1200s, the KTM, the 1090s, 1190s, 1290s, 250s, the Yamaha, WR250R, the CRF 250L, the DR 200. I mean, God, the list goes on and on and on and on. So, tires. Here's one that you'll hear from a lot of guys, and they swear by them, and they say it's a fantastic tire. It's not cheap. The Continental TKC 80. There are so many guys that swear by that tire. Now, what are my negatives about that tire? None. It's a good tire. It really is. It's a fantastic tire. I've got buddies that run them. They swear by them. They get great mileage. They check up. They do very well. They do good in rain. They do good in the mud. They do good in the sand. They do good in rock. They do good in scree, silt, all that stuff. It's a great tire. The only downside to me, in my personal opinion, is it's a little costly. That's it. It's just a little bit costly. But it is a great tire. But it is on the expensive side. And to me, I think where I go into it is I try to find an inexpensive tire that's good, and that's not easy to do, to be honest with you. And I think I'll get a lot of people that'll back me up on that. It's not easy to find a cheap tire that's actually good and you can believe in it. Now here's another tire that is very expensive, and I think it's garbage. I actually got to see it on a bike. I got to see it on a trip, and it did not do very well. Now maybe you had better luck with it. This is my personal opinion on seeing it on a bike. It right on the tip of my head, and my buddy had it, was the Anarchy Wild. The Anarchy Wild. And God, it looks cool. It fits the part. It's got the, it's got the big bike look to it, man. And they hyped it up, and he got it when it first came out. And man, that Anarchy Wild just was it. It just didn't do that great. It did okay in the rock and in the gravel, the scree type stuff, but it didn't do great in the sand. It did okay on the road, but man, it chewed up really, really fast because we punched a lot of miles. And it just, overall, for what it cost more than the TKC 80s. Maybe they've come down in price since then. But I was so unimpressed with that tire. He had it on a Yamaha Super Tenere, and it just fell apart. He had to take it off when he got home. We didn't do more than 3,000 miles on our trip, and it was toast. It was completely toast. And I know you're gonna get some guys going, oh well, if you get 3,000 miles, man, that's a pretty good run. Well, actually, no, it's not, because the next tire I'm gonna talk about is in a mid-range. It's not super expensive and it's not cheap. It's right in the middle. Is the Mitas EO7. I've been running that tire, and I've ran it for many years before guys even knew it existed. And the Dakar series tire, I put it on right before that same trip. I only used 20% of that tire at 3,000 miles. So, and it did better than that tire. Sand, dirt, rock, mud, scree, all of it. Road, whole 9 yards. The only thing is, it's a very hard compound. So when it's cold outside and a little bit damp, be careful till the tire warms up, because it is very slippery. Other than that, it's a very hard tire to beat on any bike. Now, onto the cheap tires. it depends on the bike. And I don't know who's going to sit there and throw their stuff out there. And I'm trying to keep this podcast short. I know we're running at about 10 minutes right now. But manufacturers that are cheap and make a pretty good tire, not all the series are fantastic. My two favorite, don't know what yours are, put them down in the comment, Kenda, Shinko. And you get people all the time going, I wouldn't put a Stinko on my bike for nothing. Well, I'll tell you what, Shinko makes a pretty good tire. Not going to lie to you. Pretty darn good tire if you get the right one. The E804, 805, it's a paddle type. It's almost like a desert rally tire. Much cheaper, under $150 on your bike. It does great. The only thing that it has a little bit of a time with is mud. Sloppy, real sloppy mud. But other than that, it does good on the road. It's got good life to it. It works great in the sand. It's a paddle the way the siping is set up. And it's cheap, man. It is cheap. It's just super, super cheap. Onto the Kenda side. The big block. The older one, man, I didn't really care for it. I ran it on my V-Strom. I ate that thing up in about 1,500 miles. My KTM's got the newer compound. I'm at 2,000 miles. I still got over 50%. So kudos to Kenda for fixing that tire because it's really cool. It is a basic complete ripoff of the TKC 80. And it's priced right. I think I spooned my tires on for like $160 or something like that. Man, that's cheap. Front and rear, you can't beat that. Next thing, learn to do your own tires. We're going to do a segment on that, on showing you how to do your own tires. KLR 650, the K270, man, that thing is awesome. Fantastic tire, 50/50, does a great job all the way around. So, then you've got the other tires out there. And I know I can't do all of them. There's not enough time to hit every deal on there or every tire and every make and model. Now, one that's getting a lot of hoopla, I just don't know enough about it. And I'm so tempted to go. There's two tires. I'm going to give them both. I'm sorry. There's two tires. One is that Motos, that Tractionator. If you guys have true legitimate data on that tire, man, down in the description, talk about it. Tell me what makes that thing fantastic and what does it work with? And what did it really truly cost to put it on your bike? What bike do you have? How much did it cost? Did you spoon them on yourself? And what did you pay for them? And where'd you get them from if you got a smoking deal? That way we can pass it on to everyone else if you got a great deal on that tire. I've heard that they're that mid-range tire. They're not super expensive, but they're definitely not cheap. The other one, I'm getting a set. I don't care. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a whole video on it. I'm going to test to do the whole 9 yards. Is the Rocky Mountain Tusk Dual Sport tire. I don't know if you guys seen that or not. That Tusk Dual Sport Adventure tire looks sick. It looks cool. It's DOT approved. It's got great, good, chunky knobbies on it. Looks pretty aggressive. It's got a nice center layered chunky knob on there that's going to help it on the highway. It's not going to have too much buzz. The front tire looks super aggressive. Looks like it'll check up. They've got almost every style and size for every bike that's out there. And you want to talk about cheap. Whoa. Under $150 for a set to your door. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I don't know much about it. If you've got a set, tell me about it, man, and tell everybody else about it because my eyes opened up. I watched the video on it and checked it out. Very, very cool tire. And it looks great. And Tusk makes good product, and they make some product. So, but I'm a gambling man. I'm willing to try it out. So, if you know anything about it, or if you've got a set, man, tell me about it. What bike do you have it on? What did you pay for it? What did it cost to get it to your house? Did you spoon it on or take it somewhere? If you took it somewhere, you're going to be spending somewhere between $30-$50 a tire to put it on. But yeah, more expensive doesn't make it better. It just really, how much money do you have? And the real cost and savings is doing your own tires. If you're not doing your own tires, you really need to take the time and learn how to do your own tires, and you'll save a boatload of money. It makes tires so much more easier, and the ones that do cost more are still less because you're not paying almost $100 to have somebody put them on and then tell you that your tube's bad, and then it occurs. Before you know it, you spent $400 to get your tires put on. Whereas you just do them to your house, you put them on yourself. What you paid is what it cost. So anyway, tires, more expensive doesn't make them better. You know, take what everybody says with a grain of salt. Do your own research. You know, I always say that. Research is king. And learn more about what it is that you want to put on your bike, and it's really going to help you out. And I'll do my best to help you out. 690adv@gmail.com. Email me anytime, day or night. I don't care. I'll do my best to get back to you. I do have a day job, so I do the best I can. But I'll give you my 2 cents, and it's an honest 2 cents. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to BS you, and I'm not going to put you on the right path. If I don't know, I don't know. I will go get the information, or as best I can to get the information so that you get what you're looking for. Anyway, like I said, more expensive, not better. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit us up down below. Don't forget, be part of our podcast. Subscribe to that as well. We're on everything, basically iHeart, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spreaker, Spotify, the whole 9 yards. Don't forget, go to our website, 690adv.com. Sign up, get yourself a decal. And until next Thursday, man, I appreciate you. You guys have a great day. And tires, know what you're doing before you buy your tire. I can't stress that enough. Know what time of the year you're going. If it's hot, tires are going to eat up faster if you're doing highway miles. If it's colder, they're going to last longer. That's just the way it's going to be. Anyway, if you need any help, don't forget, 690adv@gmail.com. I appreciate you. Happy Thursday. Enjoy your week. And don't forget, tomorrow, Rant and Ride, it's going to be a good one. I promise you. Have a good one. 690 out.